this new Reform Commission on Workers' Comp that you have been appointed to?
The president came up to me, President John Cullerton of the Senate, and asked me to serve on this. It's a select committee, bipartisan, made up of 3 Democratic senators. That's President Cullerton himself, and I was appointed to the committee also, and then the Republican members are headed up by the minority leader, Christine Redondo. The purpose of the commission is to bring all parties together, all parties with a stake in the system, the workers' compensation system, and to attempt to craft a bill addressing what is becoming the apparent cost of workers' compensation insurance in the state. Illinois is now, I believe, 3rd in the nation in workers' compensation insurance costs to business and industry. That simply cannot be sustained. You have many stakeholders in this complex matter. You have, of course, those lawyers who represent the injured workers. They're a very important part of this. You have the doctors, the physicians that provide care, and the hospitals. They're a large stakeholder. And you have the employer groups, the corporate entities that pay the cost through their insurance premiums. And it's becoming a great concern if we're going to attract business and to encourage business to stay. It's arguable that one of the reasons for Olin Corporation's move out of the state was their continuing costs of workers' compensation. I've heard that from numerous credible sources, and I think I assume it's correct. So that's one example locally in my area, 1,000 jobs lost, or going to the workforce and asking significant concessions in wages because of the cost of workers' comp. The system can't be sustained for many of these businesses, and we have to face the fact that the surrounding states are very low in workers' compensation costs: Missouri, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin. And that's a problem for us too.
This commission, has this been behind the scenes, or did you just learn of it yesterday?
He asked me to serve just the other day. They just formed it yesterday. It was formed by the Senate leadership, the President of the Senate and the Minority Leader of the Senate. So our first meeting will be the Monday after Thanksgiving here in the Capitol. The President of the Senate and the Minority Leader, the Republican leader, want to move on this at a rather rapid pace. And so we're going to begin meetings, as I say, Monday after a week from this Monday, and continue with meetings throughout December in Springfield and Chicago, and in January to attempt to have a bill ready early in the year.
That's what I was wondering, because I think you said if January 3rd. That's really a really tight deadline there for such a complex issue.
It's extraordinary, especially since it's a complex matter with many moving parts and many stakeholders in the system. And those stakeholders I've outlined to you, and they're all major players. They have their interests, but I think we all have to recognize, everyone at the table, that the growing expense of the workers' compensation insurance system is becoming a problem if we're going to encourage businesses to expand with well-paying jobs, or to remain here, or to come here. It must be addressed, and that's the view of the President of the Senate and that's the view of the Republican leader of the Senate. I'm honored that he would ask me to serve, and I hope to. We're going to work hard on this to try to fulfill his request to get something to the Senate.
Do you know, are you going to have hearings throughout the state, or
That's
just meeting? It's still
that's
undecided.
unclear. I don't think we'll have hearings, but that's up to the President of the Senate. This is going to be meetings of the stakeholders.
Okay.
I think everyone, I don't know what hearings would do except
Okay.
bring people out.
You're just bringing everybody to the bargaining table and saying,
Yes.
let's get cracking and get this done.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's not what I hope to do in December, but it's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate